through the misty fells, where the lake winds cry, with a map in hand and a twinkle in his eye. The hills echo steps of a wandering soul. A silver fox grins as he reaches his goal.
Morning everyone, welcome back in the Lake District again. Let's tick off another Wainwright, 7 other fells on top of that one. I can't remember the name of them all, so I won't do. I'll just put them on when we get there. But the Wainwright is Gowbarrow, so all the other fells are on and around Gowbarrow. So we're back out with Mr. Austell.
I'll name them for you, Dave.
Go on.
Green Hill, Gowbarrow Park, Gowbarrow Summit, Gowbarrow Trig, Great Meldrum, Little Meldrum, Priest Crag, or Watermillock, what do you say?
Watermillock.
Oh, and Hag Hill.
Hag Hill. There you go. So there you go, that's the mountain man, the expert. So that's where we're going today. I'll put the route on now so you can see the entire route. Yeah, so let's get cracking. See you in a bit. So yeah, this is another walk on my plan to tick as many Wainwrights off in the winter as I can. We were meant to be looking at doing long scale fell and up to Skidder today, but the forecast up there isn't very good at all. Very high winds, 60-70 mile an hour winds are giving on the summit of Skidder. So we did think, sack that. So we've decided to do Gowbarrow, stay a bit lower, and fingers crossed we get better weather. The forecast is for light rain all day, and it's not raining at the moment, so fingers crossed on the right side this time, and we don't get any rain. It's about an 8-mile route, so we're just walking through Gowbarrow Park Woods now, on a decent path. So I think this takes us up to Air of Force, and the amount of rain we've had recently, it should be thundering down there, so let's see what Air of Force is like when we get there. So we'll just come to have a quick look at Air of Force. And as I say, with the amount of rain we've had recently, it should be one hell of a force. I'm sure you can hear it going over this little bridge. Let's have a look. My word. That is thundering down there. Now I think you can get actually onto that little bridge you've had a look down where we are now. There is some power in that, isn't there? Some power. Right, let's get up to that bridge. So here we are after a short 5-minute walk up there from there. We're on the bridge, as you can see. Wow. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Let's go back the other way. Still continue up there. Yeah, so that is absolutely fantastic. Right, up to where Dave is now, and then our path takes us up and around to the right. So we've come up from the waterfall through that gate, and then we've come to a junction of the path. The left is the good path, which is the Wainwright of Gowbarrow path, and we're now hanging a right on this smaller path, which is the Synge and the Birkett baggers path. So this will take us up to our first hill of Green Hill. Okay, so that's us out of the forest. The views are starting to open up now. Looking down to the southern end of Ullswater. Glenridding there, you can just see the lights of it probably. And behind Glenridding is St Sunday Crag and Birkett, and then Place Fell. We're just following this good track up and along this ridge where we're picking up all that first 3 or 4 fells. Okay, so you've seen us touch a cairn on Green Hill. We noticed this little lump on Green Hill over here. So, just in case, and that wasn't the summit, and this is, we've wandered over here, just in case there's any avid Birkett baggers watching. Said we haven't touched the actual summit, so here we are. Okay, so we've come off Green Crag. Advice would be to, from the cairn, if you don't want to go over to that second top, follow the distinct path that drops down, and then it joins this main path here, rather than doing the bit of off-piste work that we've got. So the next fell is Gowbarrow Park, which we believe is just up there, so that's where we're heading. Yeah, we just had a brief little shower, but nothing uncomfortable stuff now. So we'll bring you back when we get to the top of Gowbarrow Park. Right guys, here's the summit of Gowbarrow Park. It's a 64 metres. We'll take it. Okay. doing? Who thought that would be good? That was a hill.
Madness. Madness. There
Mad.
isn't even a bloody path or anything,
Huh?
Tim. Nobody's doing the math. You're only going to get exposure if you come on my final Synge vlog next December. Dave or something like that.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. There we are. To the Gowbarrow highest point, which is Synge. Just getting there now. Just up here.
There we go. There's the summit trig. Just over here is the high.
So there's the summit trig, which is the Wainwright. We're just heading up here to the high point of the fell. Okay, here we are on the highest point of Gowbarrow by about half a foot. It's a Synge. It's about 481 metres. We're just about to head over to the Wainwright summit, which is the trig point. So we'll be there in about 5 minutes. And it's lashing it down with rain now. Right, while we're out the wind. Brutal, isn't it? Certainly got the wind right. I'm gonna, just up there is the Wainwright summit of Gowbarrow. It'll be too windy up there when we get up there, so I'll do all my talking now. So it's 481 metres. As I say, it's the Wainwright, and I'll put some music on when we're up there, and I'll bring you back when we're out the wind on the other side. All right, here we go. I don't know whether you can hear me. Hopefully you can. This is the trig point in the Wainwright summit of Gowbarrow Fell. 173 for me. So just backed off. En route to the 214. Boom. Well done, Dave. Okay, so we're just off the summit of Gowbarrow, having a brew, getting out of the wind and the rain. Dave's got the jet boil on.
I told us you were about to film. I didn't make myself look slimmer.
I'm having a bottle of iron brew, and as it's Christmas, or nearly Christmas, a mince pie. So, Merry Christmas everyone! So that's us off Gowbarrow now, out the wind for a bit, which is very pleasant. We're heading over to our next fell of Great Meldrum. Great Victor Meldrum. I don't believe it! So yeah, so we're heading on this very distinct and good path, which takes us over to Great Meldrum, which is there straight ahead. I'll bring you back when we're a bit closer. Okay, so when we hit this sign on the Gowbarrow Loop, we're going to follow that path behind to Great Meldrum. Anybody coming from that path and hits this sign and sees Gowbarrow Summit 250 yards, don't believe it. There's absolutely not a hope in hell That's only 250 yards away, so it's a bit further than that. But yeah, so we're gonna head for this path here where Dave is, over that stile and up to the summit of Great Meldrum. Okay, so that's looking back to Gowbarrow Fell summit, panning over to it's quite a big lump of rock actually, with all loads of knobbles and nooks and crannies. That's looking over to Allen Fell and Birkett Fell, High Dodd, where we were a few weeks ago. Looks like it's absolutely massive, so I hope that's not coming this way. We've just got now the short final push up to Great Meldrum top. Yeah. Okay, so here we are on the Birkett summit of Great Meldrum, 432 metres. All day. Through that gate and then just following this track there. So after about 100 yards, 150 yards on the forestry track, branch off onto this faint trod which will take us up to the summit of Little Meldrum through these small little Christmas trees, which is quite apt for this time of year. So here we are on the summit of Little Meldrum, 504 metres. It's at Birkett. Lovely views of Ullswater again. Well done, Dave. Boom. Nice little tarn down there, in amongst what was a forest, but it's like they're starting afresh with all the trees up here. Yeah, so our next fell, 7th and penultimate fell of the day, is Priest Crag, or Watermelon Fell, which is straight ahead there between them trees. We'll just find we may find a way down onto that track down there. So just over here. Down again onto Ullswater. Fantastic. Stunning views. We've been so lucky up to now with the weather. So, it's a pretty straight. It's Hag Hill straight up there. So we're back to where we started. So, just drops off Little Meldrum there. I'll come down to have a look at this lovely little secluded tarn, not named on the map. I'll put the grid reference of where it is. Yeah, really nice new pine tree plantation. So we're just heading back to the fairly substantial forestry track. We'll which will take us up to the next fell. Well guys, we're wondering whether where we are now on the pull up to Little Meldrum, whether it might not be, we possibly shouldn't be here. With a feeling this may well be private land. Here now, so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly scoot up to Priest Crag, bag it off and get back down as quickly as we possibly can. There's certain things that there's no actual signs saying it's private land, but we've just got that feeling, you know, when you get that feeling that possibly you shouldn't be somewhere where you are. So get this hill bagged and get back down. I'll bring you back when we're at the top, it's not far, it's just up there. Right folks, Priest Crag or Watermelon Fell, whichever one you want, 424 metres, Birkett, well done Dave. Fantastic views. Alright guys, that's us down for Priest Crag. I think we're on the Ullswater Way path now, are we Dave? We are, yeah, we're on the Ullswater Way path. Now, I wouldn't advise to do Priest Crag and Priest Crag, yeah, I think we were in an area possibly where we shouldn't be. So, we realise that now, there's nothing we can do about it, but I wouldn't advise to go to Priest Crag unless you've got permission off the landowner. And that's us now on the Ullswater Way through this gate, following that wall to our final fell of the day, Hag Hill. So we dropped off the Ullswater Way. Down a path to this gate. Now this gate isn't locked, there's no padlock on this, so that suggests that it is a path that'll track on the map, so we're going to take it. If somebody stops us and say we shouldn't be here, we're just going to turn back around. There's no padlock on the gate, so that's the first bit of good news. So let's crack on. Fingers crossed we get up to Hag Hill and back. It's only a short walk up there. We'll let you know when we're back down whether it was alright. There's certainly no signs saying private land or anything like that, and as I say, that gate wasn't padlocked, so we'll get up to Hag Hill, fingers crossed, and that'll be our final fell of the day. Catch you in a bit. So we're only about 0.2 mile off the summit of Hag Hill. We want to try and get onto the ridge and just walk onto the summit. We're going to hit the tree line in a bit, so we're trying to go we've identified this as a route up where Dave is now, and then get onto the ridge and just walk along rather than try and scramble through the trees, because there isn't any paths plottable to this fell, so you've just got to wing it really. So away we go. Okay guys, so when I spot you at the last, it's taken 2 minutes to get where I am now. Dave's just on that rock waiting for me. Yeah, we're nearly there now. Still cracking views over to Gowbarrow and all its various tops that we've done this morning. There's Great Meldrum. Following that faint trod along here onto this low point of the wall, which we're just going to hop over, obviously created by Synge himself, so we can get over. So let's Let's get over there. Ah, well done, Tim. Good work, my son. So, there we are. That's us over. Not far to go now. All right, well, here we are. Deer fence stops play. We think the summit is just up there, but we can't get to it because of this deer fence. Dave said he spotted a deer already a bit further down there, so we're probably at as high a point we could go. So we're going to take this as the summit. That's Hag Hill, 342 metres. It's a Birkett. Synge, sorry. So we'll take this wonderful dead tree as our summit cairn, I think.
We don't make it in here.
Yeah.
I want to get back out.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't difficult to get up here, was it? Really?
You're talking Synge baggers or Birkett baggers or Wainwright baggers. If you're
a Wainwright bagger,
laughs, this is difficult to get up. If you're bagging Birkett and Synges, it's still difficult, but we've done harder.
Yeah. So, right, so that's looking over there to Priest Crag where we last fell, and then the big one in the background is Little Mel Fell. So we're going to head back down now the way we came, down there, back onto that track and back onto the old waterway, which will take us back to the car. Okay, so that's us making our way up Hag Hill. We crossed obviously a bit further up at that wall, but we've taken a slightly different path and we've come across this down wall here that tends to suggest that people have been up here. And that looks to me like it's been flagged on purpose, which we're not condoning at all. It's here, so we'll use it. Okay, so that's us back on the Ulls waterway. Boots damn sight muddier than they were when we left the Ulls waterway about 45 minutes ago, but we're now definitely on a public footpath, so we can rest easy that we're not doing anything wrong between now and getting back to the car. Alright folks, we're on this good path now back to Air Force and the car park where we parked the car, so I'm going to wrap up the video here. This has been a Gowbarrow and neighbours round. 8 fells, another Wainwright in the bag for me of Gowbarrow. I'm not going to name the other fells, but you've seen them on the video anyway if you've watched this far. So all I can say is thanks to Mr. Osel for joining me again on this wee adventure. And if you like this video, join us on the next one. So take care guys, all the best.